Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. All honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and teachers at Great Millstone for teaching me this 100% truth about our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, and the true reason why he's coming back, which is to save the elect remnant of the house of Israel from their enemies and those that hate them, and to take over the earth and universe, which was given to him by the mighty, mighty Yahweh himself, the Ancient of Days, wherein our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, will establish righteousness throughout the whole earth and universe forever under the kingdom of the heaven of the Israelites. Shalom, Akim and Akwaf. We one day closer to the kingdom. Let me get this. Proverbs 16 and 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Now, we all been, well, not all of us, but the hopeful elect have been watching what's been going on worldwide. And over the last week, we've seen that the Israelis assassinated a Hezbollah leader in Beirut, causing strains with them in Lebanon, because Lebanon is a sovereign country, so you just gonna bomb somebody and kill somebody over in their country. And then they turned around and killed one of the Hamas political leaders who was trying to negotiate a ceasefire in Iran on the day that Iran was inaugurating their new president. So the Iranians and Hezbollah said they was going to retaliate for what the Israelis had did, right? They struck first, the Israelis struck first, carried out a Mossad mission. Mossad is equivalent to American CIA. So they went over there, planned it out through AI technology. They saying they got the guy over in Tehran, which is the capital of Iran. So they full of pride, man. Amalek is full of pride. I got a couple of news clips that we're going to play. And then we're going to get some scriptures on pride, Amalek, and how the Lord finna take them out. The copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act 1976 is in full effect. We'll start off with this guy, Eric Steckel. What I think his name? Steckelbeck. We're just going to play the first 9 minutes.
They don't want drivers knowing this, so listen closely before it gets taken down. If you're using any of these companies,
Yeah, they hit us in the top. Hey, folks, Eric Stackelbeck here. Welcome to the Watchman Newscast live stream. It is Tuesday, August 6th, and the world continues to wait for this promised Iranian Axis attack on Israel. And it's been about 5 days now, folks. Actually, about a week, really. That was last Tuesday night when the news broke. Tuesday night U.S. time when the news broke that Israel had eliminated top overall Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh. And earlier in the day, Israel eliminated Hezbollah commander Fuad Shukr in Beirut. Now, I should have mentioned a reminder that Haniyeh was taken out in Tehran under the noses of the Iranian regime, his hosts. So ever since, for a week now, we've been hearing about these threats of revenge from the Iranian Axis, and everyone expects this is coming. As we reported yesterday here in the newscast, Iran apparently told diplomats that it has contact with it, hey, we're going to do this. We're going to strike Israel, or at least try to strike Israel. So the moment is upon us. Now, is the moment now? Some have said it's going to be on the 9th of Av, which would be Monday, August 12th. That has great significance, obviously. That was the day, a few hundred years apart, where both Jewish temples were destroyed and the Jewish people were exiled from the land of Israel. First, the Babylonians destroyed the temple, and then the Solomon's temple. And then in AD 70, the Romans, led by the general Titus, destroyed the second temple, often known as Herod's temple, where Jesus taught, chased out the money changers. So we don't know when this is coming, folks, but I've been saying over the past few days that for me, sitting here in the United States, it's been maddening. Watch this all unfold. And I don't know how you feel about this, but for me, it's been a solid week where the entire world has said, oh my gosh, Iran and its proxies, the Iranian ring of fire that surrounds Israel on all sides, they're going to attack Israel. And every day we're checking and waiting and watching to see if Iran struck yet, if the attack, the promised attack, has begun. To me, and call me crazy, and I'm going someplace with this, we've got some pretty good information from on the ground in Israel that I want to share with you. But for me, it would make much more sense if someone is planning to strike you, strike them first before they get the chance to strike you. And that's why it's been maddening to me to see Israel having to sit around and wait for this Iranian attack, and then Israel can respond. And the reason for that is the Biden administration. You might say, oh, you're getting political. It's a fact, folks, that the Biden administration, not only in April, the last time Iran directly attacked Israel on April 13, 2024, but now has been telling Israel, we will help you defend, key word there, defend against any Iranian attack. But if you dare strike Iran first, Israel, if you go on the offensive, then you won't have our support. So that's the situation Israel's been dealing with. It's really a disgrace on the part of the American administration. But some great info, and I want to get into the sonic boom. Someone just asked in our chat, what about the sonic boom? It's the lead story in the title, I know. But folks, this bears sharing first. I just sat down with our good friend Yair Pinto. Now, if you know the channel, the Watchman channel here on YouTube, then you're probably familiar with Yair's channel. And if you aren't, you need to get familiar with it. He heads up the TBN Israel channel right here in Israel. I believe it's at TBN Israel. And Yair Pinto does incredible work as our TBN Israel correspondent out of Jerusalem. Also was a spokesman for the Israel Defense Forces. He served in Gaza, just got out of Gaza about 4 months ago. So very well connected, obviously, knows what he's talking about, knows what's going on, has his ear to the ground, on the ground, literally. He's actually here in Dallas with me right now. We just filmed an entire episode of Stackleback tonight. Here's what he shared with me. And this is why I want to share this first off the bat. I said, Yair, I'm getting frustrated. Israel's sitting around and waiting to be attacked, and the world is pressuring Israel to sit around and wait to be attacked instead of going on the offensive. He said, Eric, hold on a second. This is not going to be like April 13th. Yair said, and again, very well connected. He's plugged in on the ground in Israel. He said, look, and I said, you sure you can say this on camera? He said, yes. On April 13th, Israel waited, right? We knew Iran had launched over 300 projectiles, rockets, missiles, attack drones, and it took a few hours for some of them to actually reach Israel. Thankfully, miraculously, keyword there, 99% of them were shot down. It was a miracle. This time around, Yair said, look, as soon as Iran fires one missile, Israel's going to strike. And it's going to strike Iran. It's going to strike crucial facilities in Iran, perhaps military, perhaps oil facilities, perhaps water infrastructure. Now, that's Yair sharing that, his take. That's not me. Eric Stackleback reports it's exclusive. It's not me. I'm sharing with you what a very credible source, someone I believe is a very credible source, Yair Pinto, who heads up the TBN Israel channel here on YouTube. Incredible work. Israel Defense Forces spokesman, very plugged in IDF circles. That's what he shared with me. Look, Israel's not going to stand pat. Once Iran pushes that trigger, then Israel will respond, which is different than April 13th. Two important things here. Different than April 13th in that 5 days after that, I think it was April 18th, Israel responded, and it was a very limited response. Just one airstrike in Natanz, near an Iranian nuclear facility in Natanz, so that's symbolic value, but overall, it was not the kind of response from Israel that served as a deterrent to Iran. And if it was, Iran wouldn't be planning to attack Israel again, and we wouldn't be having this conversation. But Yair said, look, this time Israel will respond to the Iranian attack. And quickly. It's not going to be a situation 5 days later. It's going to be like in real time. And I thought this was very important, folks, because I'm saying, look, the 6-day war lesson. Israel in the 6-day war, another miraculous victory. Israel struck first. Egypt, Syria, and then Jordan were massing on Israel's borders. Like now, everyone knew the attack was coming, and Israel struck them first, destroyed the Egyptian Air Force while it was still on the ground. It never got in the air. The war was effectively over in the opening hours because of preemptive action. That was 67, 6-day war. Contrast that with 1973, the Yom Kippur War. Israel knew it was coming, or some will say they did. Some will say Israeli leaders did know. Some will say they didn't know. But it was a surprise attack. And look, Israel's enemies made major gains in the early days of the Yom Kippur War. Israel eventually turned the tide and ended up with a resounding victory there with Cairo and Damascus within range.
That's all we need from that. Now, as you heard this gentleman say, they need to strike first. They already been striking first. That's the pride of Amalek, the pride of Esau, Edom. I was going to get this other one, but I'm going to read this article first. Let me read this article. This is the pride of Amalek. Israeli ministers says it may be moral to starve 2 million Gazans, but no one in the world would let us. These motherfuckers wicked, man. Israeli finance minister Bezalel Smotrich said it may be just and moral to starve 2 million Gazan residents until Israeli hostages are returned, but no one in the world will let us. In a speech on Monday at the CATF Conference for National Responsibility, ain't that a bitch, in the town of Yad Binyamin, the far-right minister said Israel should take control of distributing aid inside Gaza and claimed that Hamas was in control of distribution channels within the Strip. Man, these dudes lie so much. Man, Psalm 58:3, every time you see an Amalekite or Edomite talk, it's a lie. It is possible in today's global reality to wage war. It is impossible in today's global reality to wage war. No one in the world will let us starve and thirst 2 million citizens, even though it may be just and moral until they return our hostages. He said, and adding that if Israel controlled aid distribution instead of Hamas, the war would have ended by now and the hostages would have returned. Now, if y'all weren't getting military aid from America and the rest of the Western hegemony, y'all would have been out of weapons and Hamas would have beat y'all ass. You cannot fight Hamas with one hand and give them aid with the other. It's his Hamas money. It's his fuel. It's his civilian control of the Gaza Strip. It just doesn't work, he said. The pride of Amalek, man, is extraordinary, man. I ain't never, buddy. Let's get some scripts, man. I'm going to start off with Jeremiah 49:16, man. I'm coming back to Obadiah because you see that title right there? Edom will be humble, and that's worldwide. From the Amalekites to the Edomites that's over here in America, including the Amalekites in America that's just full of pride. I'm going to leave it at that. They wicked ass. Let me get this, man. Jeremiah 49:16, man. Well, we start at 15. For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen, and despised among men. Thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the cliff of the rocks, that holdest the height of the hill. Though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith Yahweh. Also, Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished. and shall hiss at the plagues thereof. So everywhere Edom at, wherever Esau Edom resides, it's going to be some major destruction. But America, which is Babylon the Great, will be totally destroyed. It's going to turn to a big desert. And the land of Israel will get cleansed with fire by the Lord so it can be rebuilt. Because of Amalekites and the Palestinians, but mainly the Amalekites, they have destroyed our land. Let's get some more precepts, man, and get up out of here, man. This is getting hot and heavy, man. Each day, the elect of the house of Israel is closer to the kingdom. Let's go to Psalms. Because the Lord does not like pride, man. We started at 2. The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom Yahweh abhorreth. The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High power. The Most High power is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. Now, they just killed a guest in a sovereign country and boasting, like, what y'all gonna do? Y'all ain't gonna do shit, because if y'all do, we gonna retaliate. How can you retaliate when you started the whole mess? And for the rest of the world to just sit back and say, stop messing with these 48 fakers. They the chosen of the Lord. How? Their actions do not reflect no kind of righteousness. These cats is pure evil. Verse 6, he saith in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. You finna be in adversity because the Lord finna bring you down. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. Let me repeat 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. They fraudulently took over that land. And with deceit, they had the whole world under a spell. Right? Full of lies. I think, what do they call it? It's like my job. They say, what your mission statement is. The mission statement of Mossad, which is the CIA in Israel, is deceit. They use deceit to achieve their goals. Psalms 59 and 12. For the sin of their mouth and the words of their lips, let them even be taken in their pride, and for cursing and lying which they speak. We can go back up to 2. Psalm 59 and 2. This is how the Israelites feel. Some Palestinians feeling like that right now too. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity and save me from bloody men, Lord. These motherfuckers out their mind, man. Let's continue, man. Psalm 73 and 5. Now you got everybody from America blinking with his wicked ass. You got this guy Eric Steckelbeck from The Watchmen. They don't feel like they done nothing wrong. You can bring this verse out for every time a Edomite that's in authority, that's rich, or Amalekite. We're going to start at 3. For I was envious of the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They don't even believe in the Most High power. They contradict him in every way. And yet, they prosperous. You can say that about any of the other nations. The Moabites, the Ishmaelites, the Edomites, the Hamites. They don't believe in the Most High power. Yet they prosperous. They prosperous through their wickedness. So you have to ask a Christian, which is wicked also, why the fuck would you think the Lord give 2 shits about money when all the other nations who don't even believe in him have money? It's a light thing for the Lord to make somebody rich and poor. But let's get back to these Amalekites. This is them right here. Psalm 73, verse 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain. Violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than the heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They're over there oppressing them folks. This man just said they want to starve out 2 million people, but the world won't let them because it's and they think it's moral. They trying their best to draw America into this war so they can go with Iran. And I think that's what they're going to do. You heard what they're saying. They want to do a preemptive strike now. So you just kill somebody in their country. They said they're going to get you back. And since they're not moving at your speed or time, you want to go ahead and strike them again. So who's the aggressor? Let's end in the book of Obadiah, man. Because we damn near can read the whole book. Because this is what finna happen for Edom. This is future. The future prophecy for Edom. Esau Edom, which is Amalek. The head tribe of Esau Edom, which is the modern day white man who changed their name, who started calling themselves white in 1681 in the state of Virginia. All the truth is coming out. Your kingdom is falling. Esau. The vision, Obadiah 1, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, the Most High Power, concerning Edom. That's for every modern day white person. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. That's the rest of the nations. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Why? Because she done went around the world since the 300s. Since when Alexander the Great took over. Right? And evils were spread upon the earth. Then they lost their power for 1,000 years. And they came back with the Renaissance area. And they've been just cutthroat ever since. They don't give a flying fuck. They'll kill anybody. Behold, verse 2, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. All these nations starting to rise up. And the main nation, Russia, is beginning to provide the weaker nations with weapons so they can defend themselves. The pride of thine, verse 3, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? The Most High Power is. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh. They get all these little satellites up in space, using their technology to spy on people. That's how they got old boy. Through AI technology over in Iran. Let's continue though. See, verse 6, how are things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Day by day, more and more archaeology is discovered, and facts are coming up that this all been a lie. The kingdom of Esau on earth, the Renaissance period, this has all been a lie. So, verse 7, all of the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. So now, the first time, remember what he just said. In April, they, after, this is after now, the Israelis bombed the Iranian consulate in Syria. So they bombed the Iranian consulate in Syria. Iran responded by sending over 300 rockets just to show that the Iron Dome wasn't all that, right? But the Israelis had help from America, America, Jordan, and Egypt in knocking down some of those missiles and drones that Iran sent over in April. But this time around, Egypt, Jordan, and even Saudi Arabia saying, y'all like, nah, we ain't going for this shit no more. We ain't helping y'all out. Verse 8, shall I not in that day, saith Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understanding out of the mount of Esau? Esau been using the same little playbook, man, since they came back in power after the Renaissance period, man. They see your country has got some kind of natural resource or prosperous. They finna come overthrow your government, set up a puppet government, and strip you of your resources with their corporate companies. They've been using that same playbook. And now all the other nations rising up against them. Like, this shit is not finna keep going on. Let's go. Verse 9, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. Now I'm going to read verse 10 because we got Israelites that's over in Palestine. We got Israelites over throughout the four corners of the earth. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. So the more and more archaeology get unearthed, the more and more the people, which are the masses, which is dead, they gonna have to admit, hey man, them people that's over there right now, they can't be the children of the Lord. All they do is kill. Kill, steal, and rob. Right? If you read the rest of Obadiah, it's talking about the time when we got took over by the Babylonians and the Edomites helped them out. So let's go down to verse 15. For the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen, especially Esau. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. And it's talking about these Edomites, mainly Amalek, the Amalekites, who call themselves in present day times Jewish. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, meaning, so if you have used and abused the Israelites, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance. That's us. That's the Israelites. And that shall be holiness. And the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. So while all this fighting is finna go on between all these little heathen nations, at the end of the day, after the smoke is clear, the Israelites gonna take all their possessions, because Yahweh shall will come through with his angels at the end of World War III and start lighting and go ahead and cleanse his world, cleanse the earth with fire. He finna destroy Edom, Moab, Ammon, Ishmael, Elam, and Ham. If you don't know what that is, that's the modern day white man, modern day Chinese, modern day Japanese, modern day Indian, and modern day African. Y'all all finna pay for the wickedness that you have done. But Amalek, boy, it's curtains for your ass. I don't even got to play the other video because all they gonna talk about is Kim Iverson did a newscast talking about how they continually commit genocide over in the Gaza Strip. And yet you heard the guy Eric Teckelbeck say, the people from Iran are genocidal. Man, get the fuck out of here. Call halal Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Guess what, Israel? We one day closer to the kingdom.